Realistically, if you don't understand these 3 steps, it's really difficult to treat your acne. Why do we get acne? This is about the 3 stages of acne formation on a microscopic, biological level that give you a spot. If you're someone who's had spots for ages or is a teenager with brand new acne, this video can help you understand how to treat your acne. I'm Dr. Sapna. I'm a doctor who has suffered with acne for as long as I can remember. Luckily, this makes me the perfect person to talk about it. I've tried everything from medical, non-medical, homemade. I'm finally at a place where I am happy with my skin. Trust me, it's taken years of trial and error. It's really taken a lot out of me. I have become passionate enough to study how it all works. So let's get started. Let's get a little bit of background info and talk about the anatomy. You have layers and layers of skin cells, and within those layers, you have something called a pilosebaceous unit. Those units are made up of your hair follicle and your sebaceous glands. These sebaceous glands basically produce sebum and oil for the surface of your skin. A normal skin cycle basically involves your skin shedding off the top layer of skin where you have dead keratinocytes or skin cells. Step 1 in the whole of acne formation is actually oil production. Oils are produced from the sebaceous gland on the surface of your skin. We have these glands pretty much everywhere except for the palms and soles of your skin. It's not only in places where you have visible hair, because some of these hairs are tiny little microscopic ones that you can't see. So we get a lot of natural oils that are secreted from these sebaceous glands, and oil has a really important function. Remember, the function of your skin is to keep all the irritants out and hold on to water, and that's the whole point of all these layers of skin cells. And natural oils that come from the sebaceous glands support this function. Ultimately, having oily skin isn't a problem on its own. It doesn't always cause spots unless you've got the next 2 steps of this acne cycle. There are loads of things that influence how your skin produces oils. A lot of it is genetics, a lot of it is the way your skin functions, just like every other organ in the body. One factor that does influence your oil production is what you put on your face. Skincare and cosmetics can influence your skin, but we're going to get onto a whole nother video about that. So definitely subscribe on my channel if you want to see more about that. So step number 2 in acne formation is hypercornification, hyperkeratinization. What does that mean in English? It means sticky skin cells. So like I talked about the normal function of skin shedding off the outer layer, your stratum corneum, people who have acne prone skin actually have defective shedding, which means that those skin cells are extra sticky and don't shed properly. This is what then blocks your pilosebaceous units. It's not dirt that's blocking your follicles, it's actually the skin cells that aren't shedding effectively. And you see that if you get oil production behind that blockage, you start getting those microcomedones, which are tiny little whiteheads. Step 3, which is probably the worst factor, the most important factor, is inflammation. Inflammation is what takes your spot from a tiny little whitehead to a big full-blown volcanic crater that's red and painful and it's horrible. If you've had these spots, you know what I mean, and if you haven't, whatever. This inflammation happens because our immune cells rush to this site where it thinks it's being attacked. It brings swelling and neutrophils that cause all this pain and edema around that spot. It's very important because it's this inflammation that goes into the deeper levels of the skin that actually causes acne scarring. This is usually triggered by some factors that we can't control, because remember, skin is a medical condition. Acne is part of your inflammatory skin conditions. There are some external factors that cause this inflammation. One of them is the sun. I say that as I am sitting next to a window filming this video in the sun. I promise I've worn my SPF. And the other is trauma to the skin. What I mean by that is you picking and squeezing your skin that causes extra inflammation. Occasionally it can be bacteria, but not always. The inflammation is the hardest thing to control and is probably the worst step out of the 3 we've talked about. To kind of summarize what we've said, there are 3 steps involved in acne formation that are going on a microscopic level. There are lots of other cells involved in your skin, but this is this kind of simplified version of what's going on. If you can understand this, your acne will get better. Next, I'm going to be posting a video about how we actually target those 3 steps. This is my first YouTube video. I actually normally post on Instagram, but I'm trying to change things up a bit. I've been posting skincare tips, product reviews, things like that, all on Instagram. So check that out at Dr Sapna Skin. If these videos are right up your alley and things you're interested in, hit subscribe. The next video I'll post will be slightly more practical advice on how you can help your acne. See you next time.